going down without a fight. Celtics back up 2. Heat bringing it back. Just too much. Bam. A career-high 32. Look at him working in the lane. He took the responsibility for his poor play and his team losing Game 5, and he made up for it in a big way. Again, a career-high 32 for Adebayo. Oh, and he's also making the nice dish to Jimmy Butler. Heat up 3, and 4 minutes and change to go. The lead is 5. Who's going to be the hero? Tyler's going to be the hero. Look at that left hand. He had 11 in the fourth quarter, 19 in total off the bench, and then 2 minutes to go. Up by a dozen, looking to put it away. Duncan Robinson, a 29-8 Miami run, and that's it. Miami advances in Game 6. They play the Lakers for the NBA championship starting on Wednesday night. And so let me bring the big fella into this conversation. Kendrick Perkins is with me this morning. Big Perk, you have been talking about, as you call them, those goons from South Beach, going all the way back to before the pandemic began. What did you see from this team that enabled them to make it all the way to the finals?
Well, Greeny, I was watching the game last night, man. I was so scared. I got up and locked my doors because them goons from Dade County was out last night. Look, Andre Iguodala showed us why he was a Finals MVP. He stepped up in the big moment last night, hitting big-time three-pointers and showing the way, showing that championship pedigree. Tyler Hero, this kid has an old soul. He's been here before. You're talking about a rookie performing on the big stage and the bright lights and performing at an extremely high level. Like you said, 11 points in the fourth quarter. And let's talk about Bam. Bam out of the Bayou. One of the most versatile bigs in today's game. Top 3, in my opinion, Greeny. When you look at him on the defensive end, he's everything you want. He can switch 1 through 5. Great rim protector. Great in the pick and roll. Offensively, it's nothing Bam can't do, and we saw that last night. After having a subpar performance offensively in Game 4, he came back and he said, I got to be better. He dominated last night. 30 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists. He had it his way. I mean, he was dominating the paint. He looked like a baby Shaq down there with some Giannis skills coming up court, Euro stepping, in and out. He was in his bag, Greeny, so better watch out for them goons from Dade County because they on a mission.
They're 12-3 in this postseason. They go into a series in which they will be a big underdog against LeBron and the Lakers. Give us a quick early look. It starts Wednesday night. What is your quick thought on Lakers Heat for the NBA championship in the bubble?
Well, look, they're not a massive underdog. I do have this series going 6 or 7, and I believe that the Lakers will come out victorious because we could just see it in LeBron James' eyes, and him and Anthony Davis are the best duo since Kobe and Shaq. But look, let's not underestimate them goons from Dade County. They're going to push the Lakers. So I see it going 6 or 7 games, but I got the Lakers winning.
You know, Jimmy Butler historically has given LeBron James a lot of trouble. I'm thinking all the way back to when LeBron was in Cleveland and Jimmy was in Chicago, and he would guard him. He'd play 48 minutes a night, and he would guard LeBron. He has historically given LeBron a lot of trouble. So maybe the Adebayo-Anthony Davis matchup, Big Perk, and we'll have a few days to talk about this, that could be the one that could wind up making the difference in these NBA Finals.
Absolutely. And when you look at it, Jimmy is a guy that he takes pride on the defensive end. But Jimmy is not the one I'm scared of. Eric Spoelstra is. He's going to throw that zone out there, and he knows ways to mix it up where it has offensive, the other team thinking outside the box and have them doing things that's outside their comfort zone. So I'm worried about Eric Spoelstra more so than anything. I know this to me, Eric Spoelstra is a coach that is the best coach in the league. He started as a film guy, and he has no shortcuts. He got it out the mud, and it's the makeup of their team, and it starts from him. He's the head of the snake.
Here we sit on the final Monday in September, looking ahead to an NBA Finals that begins Wednesday night on ABC. And Big Perk, we will be along.
Sorry, Ty. Go ahead. Sorry.
As the confetti fell onto the court, you were kind of sitting there on the ground. Can you share with us what was going through your mind, what you were doing as you were just sitting there? It looked like you were stretching a little.
Yeah, I was just getting my breath back up underneath me after a hard-fought series versus one of the most well-coached teams I've played against in the postseason. One of the most respected teams I've played against, and obviously you guys know how much I love Mike Malone. He's incredible, and he's the reason why that team is so damn good. So I was thinking about that. I was also thinking about some of my teammates this is their first appearance at the finals. Obviously, AD had a lot of my thought process, and this is the reason why I wanted to be a teammate of his and why I brought him here. I wanted him to see things that he hadn't saw before in this league, and to be able to come through for him meant a lot for me personally. And then I started thinking about the next opponent. Boston had a few moments in my head. Miami had a few moments in my head as well. On how challenging that's going to be. Whoever wins that next series, and how challenging that's going to be. And then I just started thinking about my journey as well. So all of that was just going through my mind as the confetti was on the floor, as it's coming down, landing on my shoulder, and things of that nature. So hopefully that was a good description.
Hey, LeBron. Frank said he felt like you have played with a chip on your shoulder all year, and if you can remember way back to September and October, this is obviously the washed King year. What does it mean for you to have this moment after everything that you went through with your first year with the Lakers, and then also what does it mean to this team after every single obstacle that you guys kept hitting this season to still end up where you were trying to get all year?
Well, for me personally, the job is not done. But it's great to hit moments throughout the course of a journey and appreciate that. And this is all part of the process, but the job is not done for me personally. Thank you. For us as a franchise, I'm extremely proud to be a part of this franchise getting back to where it belongs. And that's playing for championships and compete for championships and represent the Western Conference this year in the championship. So this is what I came here for. And, I heard all the conversations and everything that was said about why did I decide to come to L.A., the reason I came to L.A., it was not about basketball and all those conversations of, naysayers and things of that nature. But I understood that, and with the season last year and with my injury, it just gave them more, more sticks and more wood to throw in the fire to continue to say the things that they would say about me. But it never stopped my journey. It never stopped my mindset. It never stopped my goal. And I'm happy, like I said, and proud of this organization, and proud of my teammates. I'm proud of the coaching staff, the front office, and our ownership as well, at this very moment today.
Hey, LeBron, you just mentioned, it's Mike Trudell back in LA. You mentioned getting the Lakers back to the finals. The last time they got there, Game 6, Western Conference Finals 2010, Kobe goes for 37, hits all those dagger jumpers in the fourth. Just wondered how you processed your emotions all year about Kobe, and as this run has continued, wearing the purple and gold, how that's all sat in your mind.
Every time you put on purple and gold, you think about his legacy, you think about him and what he meant to this franchise for 20 plus years. And what he stood for, both on the floor and off the floor. What he demanded out of his teammates, what he demanded out of himself. We have some similarities in that sense. Our games are different. But as far as our mindset and our drive to want to be the best, and our drive to not lose, or even if the score, sometimes you're going to lose games, but just that drive to always want to be victorious, it stops you from sleeping. And sometimes you put certain things, you sacrifice a lot of things, you sacrifice your family at times because you're so driven to be so great that other things fall by the wayside at times. So I understand that. I'm one of the few that can understand the mindset that he played with and the journey from high school to the NBA. So it's just a thing that that I carry with me. Like I said, every time I decide at one point in that locker room before the game when I throw that jersey on.
Allie?
All right, you want to go with Kyle?
LeBron, obviously, you've done games like this a lot in your career. You've had sequences like you had in the fourth quarter. But at where you're at in your career, at your age, do you find yourself savoring these moments more than when you were younger?
I don't, unfortunately. I wish I did. You know, they happen so fast, and my mind is still so like locked in on the journey that it's hard for me to take in and appreciate what we just accomplished. It's just how I've always been, and I always say that, you know, when I'm done playing a game, hopefully I can, you know, I'll look back on it and enjoy it then. And hopefully I will. Hopefully I can. You know, hopefully, because I don't think I enjoy it enough when I'm in it, because I'm so engulfed in the process until the final call. But I'm so damn proud of this team and where we are right now. You know, up until this date.
Dave McMenamin.
Oh, y'all are sneaking here. Oh, okay.
So, you know, the nature of your accomplishments has had you compared to other greats in the game for a long time. But you've insisted, like, I'm my own guy, it's my own story. So what about the fact that, you know, you didn't just stay in the first team you played with, the same first city you played with. You go to Miami, you go to LA. And what has that meant to you to kind of blaze your own trail as, you know, a superstar?
I don't know. I've never looked at it that way. I never said, okay, I want to, you know, cast myself as a superstar or whatever the case may be. I just said I just want to travel my own journey, because it is my journey, and I've appreciated, you know, everything that's happened along the way. And I mean, throughout, the ups, the downs, the ups on the court, the downs on the court, the wins, the losses. But I've been able to, I guess as Frank Sinatra would say, I did it my way, you know. And at the end of the day and at the end of my career, I just hope that I inspired enough people to want to play the game the right way, and have that respect from you know, all the opponents that I played against, all the teams that I played against, and the organizations that I play for. Because at the end of the day, I mean, that's all you have is your respect.
Rachel.
The NBA Finals have basically been LeBron James' rotation for the last decade. I'm trying to picture what you were doing at this time, well, not this time, during the NBA Finals last year, and how that affected your continued determination to get back there.
Well, it all depends what game we're talking about. There were a couple games where I was at home. There was one or two games where I was in Cabo. And there was a couple games where I was at a hookah lounge during the finals last year. That's the truth. I wasn't smoking hookah, but I was there.
Was the game on or no?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have went. Yeah, the game was on in Cabo. The game was on in my house and at the hookah lounge, and I watched every single minute of the games until it stopped. I actually watched every single postseason game last year. I think I told Dave that. I watched every single postseason game, and part of me, I'm just a fan of the game. I love the sport. I love the competitive nature. I love the playoffs, and then also of saying like, oh, I wish I was in this moment. What would I have did at that moment? What I would have made, you know, what play would I would have made in that moment, you know, if I was out there, you know. So, yes, I didn't miss a game. I didn't miss one game. Even on vacation, I didn't miss a game. My wife didn't like it, but she'd be okay.
Sam Amick.
Ron, we've seen you do it so many times before. In the fourth quarter, where's your head at in terms of just deciding this thing not going to take over the moment? We hadn't seen it necessarily in this series. You were aggressive all night, but that fourth was
I've always said that, and I've always had the mindset that, you know, in a closeout game for me personally, I'm just as desperate as the team that we're trying to close out. I don't want to play another game. And if we're in a position where we can win that game, that's just my mindset. Does it always go that route? No, because I don't believe I'm undefeated. I'm not undefeated.